Let's go to Mark in Massachusetts. Hey, Mark, what's going on, brother?
Not much, Tom. How are you?
Doing great, man.
Tommy?
Good morning, Mark. Hey, so I heard you got spring up there finally, right?
Oh, my God, finally. Spring has sprung. Yep, the trees are out, the pollen is out, the bees are out, so it's all out.
There we go. Basil's playing tennis outside. He's psyched. Gotta love it.
Well, knowing Basil, I'm waiting for him to do his show outside, too, you know?
That'd be good. Right at the tennis court. There we go. No doubt. Hey.
Yeah, remote location.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Okay, so you were I want to talk about gold, but before I go there, you talked about housing before.
Yes.
You know, we have the same thing going on in Boston that we have in Seattle. Boston, as you know, Tom, is going nuts price-wise.
I know.
You know, and Amazon said they're going to open some sort of a building up here with 2,000 people in it, and a lot of people in Boston are saying, "Well, where is this going to go? We don't have the infrastructure there for it, and it's going to push property values even higher." And there's no where they want to go is down in the Seaport District, and there's no
South Boston.
No,
I know the exact building that they're in. Yeah.
Yep, and there's no transportation in there. You know, I mean, I guess they could run a bus line in there, but there's no subway.
There's huge transportation in there. Yeah.
Well, there's no subway.
No, but no one even takes a car down there. I mean, I know that area really
Correct.
well. There's buses that are coming out of South Boston. There's buses coming out of downtown. I mean, yeah, they get plenty of transportation, man.
Yeah. So you know, Boston has the same issue as Seattle.
Oh,
and
they
I'm waiting
do.
for someone to do the same thing in Boston that they did in Seattle. So anyway, I got a question on gold. About a month or two ago, Tom, you were saying a commodity bull run, and you think you were very bullish on gold. Has gold lost its luster?
Well, gold's doing an ABC down. Bottom line is that, you know, it is what it is. You know, to me, I'm looking at it like, okay, we'll see what shakes out down here at the 12. You know, listen, it can get into this 1275 area. You're 1294. And we'll find out. You know, I'm still a bull. I mean, if that's what your question is, that's for sure. I mean, I'm loaded to the gills right now. You know, I like how the equities are still trading. You know, and as I said a little bit earlier, they haven't wrecked them yet. Because what happens inside the gold market is that it seems like it can hold up for a bit, and then all of a sudden it can just blow apart. Just stay right there. We'll come back. Okay. We'll talk South Boston real estate, too, with good old Amazon. I heard from my cousin James last night.
Yeah?
Yeah, he's selling his house in South Boston.
There we go.
$1 million.
Totally.
Welcome back, folks. Dow right now is down 160. Nasdaq's up 56. S&Ps are off 18. We're talking to Mark from Massachusetts. We're talking Boston real estate, and we're talking gold. You know, so just let's go back to real estate for a second. So this is really wild that to talk about this, of course, because South Boston, and that's where Amazon is. They're putting more people there. That's where GE was going to put their headquarters. They're there now. I suspect Amazon's going to take over that building. Everything's $600 a foot there, and I got a call from one of my cousins, Tommy knows really well, last night. And so he's getting $1 million for his house, Mark, right? And I says, sell it as quick as you can, because I have a hard time comprehending that going up dramatically. But guess what? It has, but that's because South Boston has turned into downtown. You know? Sure.
Well, did you ever think in your wildest dreams, Tom, when you moved from up here to down there, that we would have this going on today?
Well, I knew Boston was always great, but as to the aspect of a Seattle or San Francisco, I'd say no. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, Boston's a great town anyway. You know,
right.
I'll put Boston above anything else. But I mean, in terms of real estate, you know, it's just all wild. You know.
Listen, I was up there 2 weekends ago. I was going through a bunch of houses trying to figure out how people are affording them, and I still don't even comprehend how they can afford them. That's.
I was talking to a real estate person about 4 or 5 days ago, and he handles mostly rental properties in Boston, Cambridge, Arlington, just in Boston and just outside. And I said, "Are you afraid of a real estate crash?" He laughed at me and said, "What real estate crash?" She said, with all the biotechs up here, and now with Amazon coming in, you really think we're going to have a real estate crash?" And he just continued to laugh right at my face.
Yeah. No, listen, what does happen is that a lot of these places are still cash flowing at that price. But, you know, they're getting $2,500 for basically, 600, 800 square feet, which... But it is.
Job market's strong in Boston.
It is.
Boston's
it's huge.
Quite a city. You know? I love Tampa, but Tampa isn't Boston in terms of the size, the
not
scope,
even close.
the jobs,
right.
Totally.
Right. So gold.
So I want to go back to gold a second.
Yeah.
Tom, would you say that short term you're a bear, long term you're a bull?
Well, on the equities, I'm still a bull. The equities still haven't even got hit here. You know what I mean? I mean, and realistically, I mean, I'm into the equities. I mean, I own gold and I own platinum, but that is a much. I don't even really trade those. I'll buy them when I think they're good and hold them 2 or 3 or 4 years. You know what I'm saying? The equities are a different ballgame. The equities, I'll actually, I don't want to hold those 3 or 4 years. I mean, the equities still look all right. You know, the real question is going to be, and this is where I would say that this morning that when this 10-year, I mean, if this interest rate structure really starts going high, commodities in general will get hurt big time. There's no doubt about that. You know, I mean, if we're going to go from a 3% 10-year to 4.5% 10-year in the next year and a half, you don't want to be in commodities because that dollar is going to be to the moon. You know,
unless it's possible oil. You know, oil's going to go gangbusters. Hey, speaking of oil, did you guys see the comment on CNBC over the weekend, CNBC.com, about oil? There's a handful of people who are controlling the oil market, and they're just bidding the price up to $100.
I did not.
I did see that headline, Mark, but I kind of didn't even bother to click on it because if you believe that a few people can control the price of oil, I mean, I'm sure I saw it's like the strong hand or something, but oil's quite a market, man. Kudos to them. If it was
that's not the first time I've heard it, Tommy. You know, I've heard that several times in the past year and a half, 2 years. So it makes you wonder, you know.
Yeah.
But anyway,
I think there's
question. Go on, Tom.
I was just going to say, it's quite a sensational headline, man. Take everything for a grain of salt. You know, I mean, putting things out that say the few people in the world behind the dark curtain get to control the price of oil. I mean, you can wonder, but that's quite a headline to get clicks. That's almost some clickbait, in my opinion.
Well, maybe. Tom, equities for today. What's your take quickly on equities for the remainder of today?
You mean in the S&P?
Correct.
So if we take a look at this, it's going to be intriguing because we got a little pop down, but this is going to need, the volume's not bad, 72 million. It doesn't look to me like it's going to be a disaster out here, you know. Looks like the lows are probably already established. We're going to go sideways, and this is where it's going to get intriguing coming into option expiration, you know. If the volume doesn't expand as we're going lower here, that's saying that guess what? This thing's going to go make a run for the high once again, you know. So
yeah.
I don't think it's over just yet. Let me look at the Qs for a second. So the Qs 16 million. You know, you're going into 32, so that'll do that easy. This is what's really wild about volume in general, folks, is that we went up with light volume. And so you went into a downdraft of the 19th of March. Now what happens, though, because you're over these high-volume bars end up being support on the way back down. You know, so now it's like, okay, man, if you're going to go lower, you got to get a big expansion of volume going. And it doesn't look to me just yet that that's what we're going to have. We're going to have an expansion of volume today, but you can see what you're coming into. You're coming into now just the opposite helps. 105 million shares, 78 million shares. This one will be easy to take out, 35 million. We'll do 35 million easy. You know, so this doesn't look to me like, you know, you're going to get a monster downdraft here. Not at this point. Let's put it that way. It doesn't mean that you don't get one more test again and then it blows out. The real question is going to be is that the 30-year and the 10-year if those keep going down, I think that's going to down on price, higher on yield. That's going to be a problem. You know, as we've been talking right here, they've both been making a comeback actually, and the dollar's been going down. So what will be really wild here is that if we get a total reversal out here today, you know, in the aspect of where this dollar trades. Let's just pull it up for a second, because what we do know now is this, is that it's going to be rates in the dollar that drive this market. So it's going to be currency and rates. That looks like it's going to drive the market. You know, and thus far, you know, it's tested the high.
Tom, have you been surprised at the dollar rallying here?
Not really, because it hasn't rallied so long. I mean, I was looking for that December 12th test. It still missed it by 200 ticks last week. You know, once you get a rally going, you know, it's like, okay, we haven't had one so long, it should get up there. You know, now that's a technical deal. Fundamentally, you know, it looks to me like everything keeps going up on price. And if everything keeps going up in price, we're really going to have inflation actually kick in. And the oil price will have a kick in this quarter. You know, but between oil and gas, I mean, you know, and then it's going to be what's the real rate of inflation, right? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. All right, Tom and Tommy, you guys have a wonderful day.
Great hearing from you, man.
Take care.
You too, Mark. Thanks.